When I saw how I begged, how hard I could beg, but I could no longer see her pink rosy cheeks, could tell that she was getting black, like pale completely. Back then, I really thought that she was gone. Amelia was actually born normal. She had the ability to babble, to sit up, and to stand also. Growing up, from what I can recall, from what my mom said, Amelia was not an easy baby to deal with. She'll always be crying constantly, and my parents couldn't find out why. It was only until when she was around 2 years old when she started crawling backwards, then she was starting to get floppy. She could no longer sit on her own anymore. And that's when I think we realized that Amelia is not going to be the same anymore because she was losing the milestone that she had already. Amelia was diagnosed with INAD shortly before her 15th birthday. Because of how rare it is, it's pretty hard to get a genetic diagnosis to it. When Amelia was younger, Mom actually did a few genetic research and diagnosis, but there was no definite diagnosis back then. When she was diagnosed when she was just 15, the prognosis of her condition is actually only 10 years old. So it means that kids with the condition do not survive beyond the age of 10 years old. They will lose their ability and eventually their control of their own breathing, and they will eventually go. So I think for Amelia's condition, they will say that there's nothing much we can do and nothing much science can do, even if there is a cure per se. Whatever that Amelia has can never be gained back. Amelia is just the best example of how to live a quiet life and how to really be patient with others. We spent a lot of time guessing what Amelia has to say, and Amelia has really taught us so much patience that she has, in the sense that she has really shown us that, you know what, whatever I want to tell you, it's important, and even if you take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to guess what I want to say, I'm just going to wait for you until you understand me. Yeah, and I think Amelia has also been a blessing to a lot of my friends that are near me and close to me, as they learn how Amelia lives her life so prayerfully, how she's constantly praying, and how she has this deep connection with God that us as humans would not have because of how silent she is in her spirit. And I know how critical her condition is. I know that she will never be able to live as long as I would. I would never be able to see her walking down the aisles with me in our wedding day, or like dreams that we dream about, right, as just a normal sibling. And I know that I'll never have that. One thing I hope that we'll be able to do together would be just be able to live out her life and just make more memories with her, with just simple things like cuddling her, kissing her. It doesn't really have to be big, huge things, but just simple things that often we take for granted of, and that I know that there'll be a day where I will not even be able to kiss her anymore and hold her physical body. So I think with the time that I have left with her, I'll just like to spend more time with her. No matter how small or how different you think you are compared to the rest of your friends, the rest of the people around you in the world, that there's no perfect human being, and God made each one of you. And Amelia's life is not a mistake, right? She's here and she's made by God, and she's here to show us that, you know, no matter how just a small little ability I have, I can glorify God's name. And I think Amelia will tell everyone that you are made by God and you are loved by God. I think one thing I want to tell Amelia is that this has been very blessed to have you in my life, and that sometimes when I know that things get tough, especially for you, and sometimes when you are tired, I hope that when you know when the day comes, you know that you are very loved by all of us, and that even though your earthly body might leave this world, that you are never forgotten, and you will always be loved by each and every one of our family members, that you have made a huge impact to our lives in your small little ways. My sister's life is a miracle that medical science says is impossible. But just as Jesus said in Matthew 19:26, With men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible.